We are Indie Attack with Woody,
And Kelson.
and today in our interactive fiction week, we are taking a look at Milk Party Palace by Alon Carmi and Glenn Parker. So, Milk Party Palace, I am going to read the description for this, because I think it does a good job at describing it, and it's what made me want to play it.
Yes.
Alec Baldwin gets what Alec Baldwin wants, and what he wants is 6 gallons for a milk party.
Yep.
You better believe he's getting 6 gallons. Includes 3 endings.
That's hilarious. I forgot that it said it. Yeah. 3 endings. Yep. Indeed it does.
So in this game, you play as a hotel concierge working the night shift.
Right.
And during your night
Kind
shift,
of in a dead-end
you are
job in a way.
approached-
You know.
Yeah, you don't really like it that
Yeah.
much. You are approached by a feverish Alec Baldwin who talks about a milk party and asks if you can get 6 gallons of milk for the milk party. And if you can come to the milk party and meet some people in Hollywood.
Right.
And as it turns out, your cook at the hotel has just so happened to loan 6 gallons of milk out to random guests in the hotel. So your setup for the game is that you then have to go and find a way to get these 6 gallons of milk back.
Yes, exactly. And then sort of your interactions that you then have with the guests who you retrieve milk from, then that will sort of populate the said milk party later.
The party later
and there
on,
will be sort of
yes.
those will sort of be your little how your choices affect things a little bit.
Yeah, so if you have a positive experience with a guest, they will probably show up at said milk party. If you have a negative experience with a guest, then they won't.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't really want to spoil any
no.
of the rooms of people you walk into because they're pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
But there's some
yeah.
odd situations.
This is the
odd situations, odd uses for milk. There's something inherently funny about milk, like as a substance, because it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, you think it means you don't think they're literally saying milk at first, but then it's like, yeah, it's milk, like, and just the inherent thing of that you retrieving milk, like it's like the grossest thing, to loan to someone and take back, like milk.
Yeah, that's what I mean about milk being inherently funny. It gets bad very quickly if it sits out. It has like a very odd flavor that changes. The source of milk is very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all the kind of weird psychological intonations using milk makes. And it's like creepy funny. I think it's easily the funniest thing we've played. Really the only funny thing I think we've played this week.
In the IF competition, it's definitely the funniest, and I would say also it's one of the better written games. Like in my
yes,
short,
I would agree with that.
Top 3 of writing wise so far of what I've seen.
This compared to some of the other stuff too, this is straight and to the point.
Yeah,
and that is very good.
It's very fleshed. Yeah, it really has a handle on what it's trying to do, what it is as a game. It's a shorter one, which really I'd rather have 15 minutes that's all really funny than, a half hour that's more watered down,
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, sadly, I did run into a technical error with this, which could have maybe been on my end, but it was a rather unfortunate error where in one of the final scenes of the game, I went to hit next, and the next button no longer worked.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I just had to shut the game off, and I didn't really feel like playing through the whole thing again to get to like what the last sequence and my one of 3 endings were. So, I technically haven't beaten the game, but I did get to pretty much the last screen, so...
Yeah, so... that'll be the one dangling clause in your life that you'll always wonder what happened at the end of Milk Party Palace.
I never completed Milk Party Palace.
So
it's a short game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun game, I guess. If that description sounds interesting and you say, that might be a funny thing to play, you will probably like it.
Absolutely, and I mean... What's not to love about Alec Baldwin, the star of Final Fantasy Spirits Within and Madagascar 2?